Now is the time for our first panel. It's a brief conversation, we call it in this way, because it is between Mr. Vin Di Bona, which I invite here to sit with us. He is the executive producer of several television shows from MacGyver to Entertainment Tonight, and the father of Funniest on Video. And Niccolò Messina is the president of Greater Full Media USA, as well as the digital strategist of Jungo TV. Moderator is Francesca. While you take your seat here, we see also another video. Please.
Okay, Ella, Adelaide, and Cordner, you want scares? Well, it just so happened that I scared some up in this next montage. Boom!
So fun. So happy Halloween, everybody. So Vin, ideas doesn't come like a bulb. You told me your idea came from a variety show from Japan.
It was a show called Fun with Ken and Kato Chan, and it was a variety show from the late 80s, 89 actually, and like any typical variety show, music and dance, a little bit of panel discussion, couple of comics, and at the end of the show, they showed 3 home videos, and they asked the panel to vote on their favorite video of the 3. And I had been in business with Tokyo Broadcasting on a game show that we did on ABC, and they asked me to see if I could promote this in America. So basically took a sizzle reel, just kind of like that, and brought it to ABC, and lo and behold, I sold it in 4 minutes. And previously, the show that I sold to ABC, I was telling Gary that it took 136 pitches. So those are the benchmarks. 136 pitches, 4 minutes. And that's kind of what our business is like, you know? You never quite know. But then, we modeled the show as really a contest, and we were able to put together a pilot. It took us 3 months. I had asked ABC for $100,000 above the license fee so that I could put an ad in People magazine, and I went around all the TV stations in the country and Good Morning America promoting the idea of sending us videos. And so in that first 18 weeks, we got in 1,800 videos. Actually, it was 3 months. We got 1,800 videos. The funny story is, I went into ABC. The show was a huge success. Funny things happen. Okay. Thanksgiving weekend, Sunday night, snowstorms galore on the East Coast, torrential rains on the West Coast. Everybody sitting in front of the TV watching my show. So it was the weather that made us successful. So the next day we go into ABC, and Ted Harbert and Bob Iger invite me in. The show is, it was the highest rated show in 12 years on the network on Sunday night. They said, Vin, we'd like you to do 11 more.
Great.
So they said, can you do that? And I said, absolutely. And I walked out of the office and I turned to my agent and said, holy shit, how are we going to do 11 more? So 25 years later, I see Bob Iger. We talked several times, but not a lot. I saw him in the commissary at ABC, and it was the 25th anniversary of our show and the 50th anniversary of Disneyland. So we were planning a special. He said, Vin, when you guys came in and we asked you to do 11 more shows, and you said yes, Ted Harbert and I looked at each other and said, there's no freaking way he's going to do 11 shows. I said, funnily enough, I said the same thing to my agent. And all else was good. We were very blessed.
Niccolò, you had also an idea that is revolutionary 40 years later than the one Vin had.
I don't know if it was revolutionary. Certainly, well, to make the story short, we are the major movie distributors actually on YouTube, and we have 500 million movies seen per month today. And this happened because basically there's a huge
Demand?
no, actually it's very snobbish
Oh, yes.
attitude
Yes.
by the distribution companies and the movie producer that saw at YouTube only as something illegal while they're going on Tubi, on Amazon. And what I did, I just said, yeah, everybody's happy about Tubi with 30 million subscribers. I want to go where there are 1.5 billion. And it's funny because the world where I work in YouTube was possible only thanks to the videos that created. It's true. TV was born because of high-level produced content. Yeah. And then Vin arrived and he said, you know what, we're going to make money by just putting an ads and getting the videos from user. Which is, people say, social media is born because there are user-generated content. This guy got the user-generated content way before. But his content became the base of the biggest revolution of the social media, which the big production companies are snobbing. So I said, well, because user went there because of Vin content, maybe I can give them some movies. And it worked out. So it's a sort of passage where, by the way, the core is the same content that Vin spoke about. They just found a different platform where Vin is, by the way. You are there.
Niccolò and I were chatting, and it's so interesting about the philosophies we both have about distribution and content. So I do a television show, and I have a staff that does the television show. But because over the years, we've actually collected 2 million clips, which we own. We have a social media department of 30 people. Young people, 22 to 32, and they put content out that is familiar to our audience. It's not our show, it's clips, but with different information and different packages. Social media, our packages run from 2 minutes to 10 minutes, depending on if it's Snapchat or TikTok or YouTube or Facebook. OTT, we're on about 9 platforms, in 9 OTT boxes, but that content is more program. It's more television, half hour's worth of material. So we'll do a thematic show, and it always starts with some kind of, people love top 10 countdowns. Top 10 reasons why your parents love the dog more than they love you, and we'll have videos that reflect that. We've actually found them. And so that becomes the basis for this half-hour show. So we'll run that top 10, and then we'll do maybe 20 or 30 clips that are family-oriented. and then we'll do probably one more top 10 countdown, and that pretty much completes a half hour of programming. And it's a different audience, totally different audience than the YouTube, Snapchat, TikTok audience. But very viable, and we make a lot of money.
Good for you.
I agree on the last part.
Niccolò, you told me about a great deal you had yesterday with the top.
Gravitas Ventures.
Yes.
Yeah, because when I arrived here and I started went to distributor, they were looking at me, oh no, YouTube it's bad. So I started going to very low level distributor, those guys that were giving out movies for, $1,000 for 5 years worldwide. And I went to this guy and I tried to be a little bit Robin Hoodish in his word and say, I don't give you $1,000, we go revenue sharing. And there are companies that are making more money with us rather when Tubi and Amazon together. So now, as you know, as I told you, we're dubbing in many languages, 25 movies in Filipino, Indonesian, Spanish, Portuguese every month. Now, bigger companies are coming. So Gravitas Ventures, which is the largest independent movie distributors, they decided to go all in. And we will release in the next 60 days 350 movies on YouTube. And we are dubbing them in 7 languages. Because our goal is basically, this city is focused now in this huge hype of Netflix or Amazon, which is cool, which is good. People want high-level content. But there are 4 billion people. Actually, 2 of them are on YouTube. And there are guys that count money, And pandemic, for us, yes, let's be honest, for us was an opportunity. People were at home. But we're also people that were counting the money. $4 value in Philippines, $4 value in Vietnam. And I can tell you, for them dollars sometimes value also here in US. There is a part of the industry which is mainly focused on people that can pay Amazon, that can pay Prime. I'm focusing on all the rest. And now, also, people like Gravitas understood that there is a second life to content. There is an end life, which is not, just keep the content there. Let's give to the world, and let's make money out of it. And also giving opportunity to young filmmakers. We're speaking about filmmakers. We're speaking about actors. I see a lot of filmmakers in this city making their first long feature, spending $10,000, $15,000, being scammed by distributors. Totally. Not making $1, never go outside. So what we are doing is we're giving these guys a chance to be seen. Saying, come to us, we'll give you 50% of every dollar we make. You have visibility. You can have your name. I have a kid, made a movie that costed $12,000 2 months ago. We went out on one of the channel. We made $25,000 months one. That means that guy today had 3 million people know who he is. And moreover, he will make money and he can live out of it. So
I think Niccolò and I had, we came to a solution of different problems. My problem was 7 or 8 years ago, almost 10 years ago now, when YouTube became popular, everybody started taking. I was watching the CBS News, and the newscaster said, "We have something new called YouTube. Let me show you what you can do. You can find clips and things from all over the world, and you can put them in your own sort of link and send them out. Let me show you some of the clips." Well, they had 8 clips, 7 were mine. So for about 2 years, all I did was try and get them taken down. Sometimes suing, sometimes not. But, I'd take them down, they'd go back up. I'd take them down, go back up. So about 5 years ago, we said, let's try something different. You want our clips? Take them for free. They're yours. But if you monetize it, we want 50%. So we started forming all these partnerships with companies like Collab, and now with influencers who are trying to bolster their eyeballs and find new ways to attract people to them, so they become our 50% partners. So we basically did the same thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, have you ever heard what one of the founder of internet said?
No, you tell me.
So, 2 years ago. I sent you the article, right? The founder of internet was in a Reddit chat, and he has been asked, what's the most unexpected things that came out of the internet? You know what they say? Kittens. Your videos are when they created, never expected. But yes, it's an opportunity that this city is still not able to see, if not for very few people.
It's also the one area right now where you can create something. If you have the right idea and the right dynamics, you can also own it.
Absolutely. This is why.
So in television, you have a great idea, you take it to the network, they own it, and you're a work for hire. So this is an area, especially for young people, that if focusing something that makes sense, go for it. I'm going to give you one instance. I had a friend who worked on a dance show in the mid-'70s, Dance Fever. And the show was very successful, and then it got canceled. And he was the guy that booked the talent on the show. Out of a job, newly married, had no idea what he was going to do. But he did something very smart. He walked over to a newsstand, and he looked at all the magazines on the newsstand. And in that time, about 1980, aerobics was through the roof. So he created the National Aerobics Dance Championship. It was on the air for about 4 years, but it was sold internationally for about 10 or 12 years. And that's how he focused, just by going to a newsstand and seeing what the public was looking at. It's a great lesson.
You know, an idea. Just, we need an idea, and then that's it. Okay, guys, my job was so easy. You did everything. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.